I want to go to this. I want to talk about the Cavaliers situation, because when David Blatt, you were in line to get the job. You were supposed to get the job, right?
Yeah, we interviewed the same time for the job.
Right.
And my agent called me and was like, Dan Gilbert decided that he wanted to go with, David Blatt. But I got a crazy thing to tell you. They want you to be the associate head coach. And I was like, nah, like, I'm cool. Like, no, I'm stay here with Doc. Because I figured, like, if I'm with Doc, who's the best coach in the league, like, I'm going to get a job next year. I mean, it's coming, so I'm not going to leave Doc. I'm going to be loyal to Doc. And he said, but you wouldn't believe how much money he offered you. And I was like, well, what they offer? Say they want to offer you $1 million a year to be the associate head coach. Now, at the time, I'm making $375 with the Clippers.
I think I could do that.
Well, nah, I still said no.
You said no?
Yeah, I was like, nah.
Even in California?
Yeah, I was like,
because
nah.
you know that's 155.
Yeah. And so I was like, man, like, nah, I ain't doing it. I'm going to stay with Doc.
Right.
I was like, you sure? I was like, yeah, I can't do it. So they came back an hour later, they said they give you 1-2, 1-4, whatever. And I was like, nah, man, like, I'm going to stay with Doc. I ain't going to do that. Like, I'm going to be loyal to Doc. So I called, B. Shaw. I was like, B. Shaw, man. He said, what? You gotta take that job. I said, man, I ain't doing it. And then so I called Jerry West, who's my mentor.
Right. And
Jerry, like, what are you thinking? If you don't take this job, they'll never give you another job ever again. Think you can't leave Doc's umbrella, whatever. So I was like, man, I'm not doing it. And so he's like going crazy. So my agent called back again. He said, they said, well, what do you want? I said, well, just tell them $2 million, 222, whatever. He called me back, they said yes.
you like, damn, I should have said 2.5.
Yeah. So I was like, shit, all right, I got to go.
Hey, Doc.
Yeah, so I called Doc, and Doc was like, you know what, Ty, like, it's going to be hard for us to match that. He said, but I think you're ready to, like, leave my umbrella and, like, spread your wings and do your own thing. I think it'd be good for you. And I was like, you sure? He's like, man, I think it'd be really good for you. And so that's kind of how it happened, how I ended up going to Cleveland.
So now, okay, you on the bench that first year, y'all go to the NBA Finals, you lose to the Golden State Warriors in 6. Halfway through the season, they make a change. Mm-hmm. You get elevated. Now, being a head coach is one thing. When you're the head coach, and now you're coaching the best player in the NBA, that's something entirely different, T. Lue.
Yeah, it is.
You and LeBron, what type of relationship did you have with LeBron before you became head coach?
So I had a relationship with Bron, Rich, and Mav, Randy, before I even came to be the assistant. Like, we always been cool and tight. So, like, we always had that bond. Okay. And so when I became the associate head coach, like I said, he came back. Okay. So we already had that bond. And so, which was cool. Like I said, I had Rich and Mav behind me 100%. Right. And then Randy. So even Bron get mad, I had those, I had them behind me anyway, but that's kind of like, like that's family. Like that's family. So, when I took over, like I said, I was scared because, anybody can say, I would have did this, I'd have done that, like especially all that social media shit. You can say all that until you're in that number one seat.
And now you got to, okay, let's see what you do. You said you go do that.
Yeah, exactly. And so moving over 6 inches, it's tough. And like, especially midway through the season.
Yes.
And so I just thought it was a lot of pressure, man. Just like, we just went to the finals. Mm-hmm. Game 6, we lose. No Kevin Love, no Kyrie. And now you want me to replace Coach Blatt, who done a hell of a job. And if we don't make it to the finals and make it to at least Game 7, like, I'm a failure.
Right.
And so it was scary. And I didn't really know if I could do it because, like, you're coming through halfway through the season. Right. You haven't really had a training camp. You haven't implemented what you wanted to run.
What you want to do, because you got to stick to what.
And then, like I said, and you got the best player in the world. You know what I'm saying? Yes. And then so it was tough, But like I said, I will give a lot of credit, to K-Love, Kyrie, Bron, JR, Tristan, like those guys. Like they said, listen, we got your back 100%. Like, whatever you want to do, let's do it. We got your back. And I said, I'm going to make some mistakes. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to make some mistakes, but we all got to stick together. Right. And I give those guys credit. Like, they have my back 100%.
But the natural thing is like, man, T. Lue undermined David Blatt. He was just he was supposed to be there anyway, and he probably was doing X, Y, and Z. Did you hear that?
All the time. And that's why it was hard for me to want to take that job, because I knew what it was going to look like from the outside looking in. And if they knew the truth about it the year before, they would have never said that.
Right.
You know, and so my job as associate head coach is to do whatever I can to make the head coach's job easier. You know, and so I did that to the best of my ability. And you know, I would never undermine somebody for a job, you know, because that's just not who I am. That's not my personality. And I believe it will come back on you if you do things like that.
So what was it about Coach Blatt? Was his message just not resonating? What was it? Because he did go to the NBA Finals. Y'all did make it to a Game 6, minus Kevin Love, minus Kyrie. I believe if you have those guys, we'll never, ever know. I believe you win the series.
I do too.
But we'll never know. Right. And then halfway through the season, it wasn't like y'all was in the 6th spot, T. Lue.
It was #1 spot.
And they fired the coach. That's never been, well, maybe I think Milwaukee did something similar a couple years ago with Adrian Griffin. But I'm just saying, I don't recall a situation of something like that happening. Was his message just not getting through? Was it just falling on deaf ears? Somebody go upstairs? Why would you make you're the number one seed and you change the head coach after you just went to the finals?
You know, for me, I think he did a great job. And overseas, like when you coach overseas, you are the face of the team.
Right.
Like it's what you say goes, no matter what. No matter what player's there, you're the face of the team. And when you come to the NBA, the players are the face of the team. And so it's a different dynamic. Mm-hmm. And so just understand that dynamic that, you know, as much as you want to go in and go crazy and cuss somebody out, you might can't do it today. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm saying you just can't. And like his offensive system, like, was great. Like, I wish I could run it today. Like all the stuff he did, but like it didn't fit. With Bron, like Bron's not gonna move like that. Kyrie want to dance. He ain't running around. Kevin Love's not a mover, you know. And so it was just the offense they ran over there was different when he came over here. Now he's been successful over there, winning all the championships, and he's a great coach. And I thought it was great stuff that we were doing, but it just didn't fit our team and what we're trying to do, you know. And so I think guys got frustrated with the process and got frustrated with, you know, how we did things like offensively and defensively, because some of the stuff was different. Right. But there's nothing wrong with change if it works, and it was working. But it just, you know, I think a lot of people got frustrated and didn't take the time and have the patience to really kind of wait for it. And that's kind of like where things got harder, you know. So that was it.
Do you remember your first game getting booed? Do you remember who y'all played first? Played the Bulls. And we played them in Cleveland. Y'all lost.
And they booed me? I don't even remember. Did they boo me, man? Yeah, I don't remember. I mean, like I said, I got tough skin, so if I mess up, I mess up.
Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member by hitting that subscribe button, where you never know who's going to be joining us for drinks and conversation. Don't be late to the party, because you know we like to do something before 2 something.